Hey everyone, it's Pete and Kate here with Remax Professionals. Just want to give you another market update. This is for July of 2022. So with respect to the market, and by the way, we're going to talk about pricing first, and then we're going to talk about supply and demand.
Yes.
And it's really when you look at supply and demand in terms of what's happening there, is supply outpacing demand or is it the other way around, that we'll be able to get a bit of a crystal ball here, be able to tell you a little bit about what's going on. As best we can, right? I mean, until we actually have a crystal ball.
We don't really know.
I've been watching Facebook Marketplace, checking garage sales. I don't see them. So there's a low supply of crystal balls apparently. Anyways, with respect to pricing, Katelyn, what are you seeing?
Well, we're seeing with the total residential price, it's actually increased up to 12%. So now the benchmark price is at $540,000. And now when we look specifically more into the market, let's look into detached prices, Pete.
Yeah, so in terms of the detached price, we're up 14.8%. That's the the detached price is now $643,000. But it's interesting because that the area of the market over 500,000 is actually having a bit of a tough go now. So it's the market under 500,000 where it's really still much more of a seller's market than when you go over 500,000. But we're going to get into more of that when we get into inventory. What about the semi-detached homes?
The semi-detached homes, we're actually looking at an increase as well, up to 12%. And so that benchmark price is now about $576,000.
Yeah, and townhouses have really taken off. So townhouses and apartments have both taken off. Townhouses are now at $362,000. Yeah, I mean, a couple years ago that would be unheard of. But that's a 15% increase over last year. So again, we're hearing about the market softening, and the reality is some parts of the market have softened a little bit from a month or so ago, but we're still way up from last year. So even if there's going to be some price adjustments that are some downward price adjustments and some slowing of sales month over month, we're still going to be seeing much better numbers than we did last year. And my take has always been that this is going to be temporary. People are going to have to get used to these new rates and carry on with their lives and recognize that even at 5%, there was a generation that begged to see mortgage rates of 5%. So it's all relative to, and also relative to even where you're moving here from. Because if you're coming here from Vancouver, Toronto, it's still pretty darn cheap. What do the apartments do? Well,
apartments are actually at almost an increase of 10% almost, but that's pretty crazy too. So the prices are about benchmark price about $278,000 for that. I mean, that's a really good increase compared to last year's.
That is, especially when you consider that a lot of the apartments are downtown, and downtown is still the area of the city that, I mean, depending on what kind of person you are, if you're optimistic or pessimistic, but it's the area of the city that has performed the least positively. Is that how you would say that? Prices have gone up the least amount in terms of the
center,
Whereas most areas of the city are like high teens or 20% price increases, the downtown is only up 7%. So you can say that's a negative. I'm saying that's where the opportunity is, because as Calgary rebounds, there's still lots of room for price growth within the apartment and condo market of downtown.
I agree too.
Is where I think the issue is. The issue has been downtown is a high vacancy rate. I mean, there's just been a lot of empty apartments, and as they start to fill up, I still think that once they're full again, you're going to see a significant jump. But again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future. That's just 22 years of real estate experience talking. Yeah. So in terms of sales, though, what have we seen over last year?
Sales over last year, they're only down less than 3% actually. So
2.6.
Yeah, 2.6%. So it's not as bad as everywhere else that's going on. I've heard Toronto and Vancouver, their sales have been plummeting like crazy amounts. So we're actually not doing that bad. How about listings?
Listings are actually down 3.8%. So as long as listings are decreasing faster than sales are, our prices should stay pretty stable. But again, there's massive variances within markets in Calgary. So like I mentioned, apartments have really taken a good jump, as have row houses, townhouses, as we normally call them, and that kind of thing. But homes under $500,000 have seen an 18% drop in inventory. Wow. Homes over $500,000 have seen a 20% increase in inventory. So whereas when interest rates were super low, everybody was buying these $1 million homes. Now that interest rates have gone up, everyone's buying the lower price stuff. And of course, the lower price stuff, some of it has bumped up from 500 to 600. So we've lost all those ones too. So
exactly.
It's pretty crazy. In terms of the inventory altogether, what's happened?
Well, from last year, the inventory has actually decreased about 20% compared to last year, which is that's a high number.
Yeah.
But I mean, what can you do with the prices going up and everything? Like what we're hearing is that because of there's less inventory in all the semi-detached, detached, affordable prices, people are now going towards apartments.
Yeah, people are buying up stuff under the $500,000 price range, and that's affecting inventory. But inventory being down 20% from last year, if you're a seller, that's good news. If you're a buyer, you have to understand you're still in a bit of a seller's market. It's not like it was a few months ago. We're not into a lot of these multiple offer scenarios, although we were in one on Monday. But so they still do happen, but not nearly at the same rate they were before.
No.
And in terms of, so what we'll look at sometimes, what Kate look at is the absorption rate. Yes. And generally speaking, the absorption rate, if it's at 33%, we have a balanced market. Yeah. Last year at this time, we were at about a 35% absorption rate. And this year, we're still over a 50% absorption rate. So we're still solidly into a seller's market.
A seller's market, yeah.
Yeah. So again, depending on what your price range is, where you are in the city, whether you're looking at a detached house or an apartment and that kind of stuff. But overall, the market is still strong. We're still looking at a 2-month supply. It's like 2.3, 2.4 month supply, which is amazing. So, is the market down? Yeah, it's down slightly from last month, but way up from last year. And I still think, like I said, with prices in Toronto and Vancouver being what they are, and then now with the added stick in the spokes of an extra percentage point on the interest rate and stuff, I think you're going to still see more migration towards
I think so too.
The land of opportunity.
Yes, land of opportunity in Alberta.
There you go.
Alberta. That's how they say it, right?
They?
They. Like how
what
people,
are you?
How,
You're Albertan, aren't you?
I am. But that's how they say it.
Who's they? What are you talking about? That's what I want to know. Who's they?
People around.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Let's talk about areas of the city. Ow. I worked out at the gym and now I can't move. That's the last time I go to the gym. So in terms of areas of the city and how they're performing versus a year ago, number one area of the city, Calgary's Northeast.
Yeah.
Again, because that's where the lower priced homes are. So we're starting to see all the activity being in that kind of an area. So that area is up, in terms of their benchmark price, up to $428,700, which is an increase of
18%.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Over 18.
Over 18, yeah.
Yeah, the worst performing area of the city, again, I shouldn't say again, remains downtown. Yeah. So I still look at it this way, as downtown is the opportunity, people. If you wanna see some ROI on a real estate investment, I'd still be looking at condos downtown. You can still buy a condo downtown. It'd be an older 1-bedroom, but you can still buy a condo downtown for $150,000. Try that anywhere else in terms of a major city.
Yeah.
So Calgary's downtown is only up 7%, so 7.1. So lots of opportunity there. Let me just add too, if you want to know what your market is doing in terms of your house, whether it's a townhouse in Tuscany or a bungalow in Beddington, like what I did there, a townhouse in Tuscany or a bungalow in Beddington. That was poetic of me. I don't care if see, no one else is going to notice it either, but I was pretty proud of that. Anyways, give me a shout or give Katelyn a shout, and we'd be happy to help you find something or at least find out what we can sell your house for. We do it very transparently. Yes. You'll see how we do it in terms of how we arrange at a price that we think we can sell your house for. We'll also explain in detail the things that we do different and I believe much better than other agents when they list your house. And of course, I always recommend interview a couple agents. Don't just interview us. Interview 2 or 3. See which one you like the best. I'm sure it'll be Katelyn or me. But anyways, either way. And if you have any friends or family that are living in horrible places like Vancouver or Toronto, then let them know that there's opportunities here to buy a home that they can actually afford, especially if they're young, finishing school, got their first job, and they're looking around going, how am I ever going to afford real estate? Tell them to get in touch with us or go to our Facebook group, which is actually, it started off real slow. We had 5 or 6 people on it, but now we're up to 75 or so? 80? Oh, we hit 80.
people.
So this is all organic growth. We're not even promoting this thing or spending any marketing money on it or whatever. But it's a great little resource for people that are thinking about moving out here. We're happy to answer any questions they have with respect to whatever, schools or taxes or all that kind of stuff. So give us a shout anytime. Again, I'm Pete. I'm at 403-818-7310. The number should be right above me. And this is...
And I'm Kate. I'm at 403-615-2346.
Yeah, our email addresses follow the video too, so feel free to email us or call us or text us anytime. We're always happy to chat, especially if it's real estate. But call us with a good joke, otherwise we're happy to hear those too. And in the meantime, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I said, if you know of someone that's thinking about moving, forward this on to them, and so they can get to know us a little bit and how smart we are, how knowledgeable we are.
Very much so.
And yes, and at least your nice smile, mine weird 52-year-old crooked one. But anyways, yeah, we're happy to chat anytime. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. I think we killed it.
Yeah, that was good.